It is the day of my high school graduation party, late May 2004, and I'm super excited. The next day I am graduating from high school, so a couple hours prior to my party, I'm helping my mom and dad get the party set up, took a shower, came downstairs, brushed my teeth, and as I'm walking out of the bathroom, my mom says, "Hey, I got something in that grocery bag there for you." I'm like, "Oh, okay, let me look in here." So I peek in and I say, "Thanks, Mom, this is great." She said, "No, that's not for you." So I look in a little bit more and I look at it and I'm like, Rogaine? Now I'm at the point I say in my head, I said, I'm glad my mom brought this to my attention of all people. I was happy that somebody like my grandma or my girlfriend Julie at the time didn't say anything. And then the next words out of my mom's mouth were, "Yeah, your grandma and Julie mentioned to me that they noticed that you were starting to thin." So I am 18 years old, and I am facing a situation where I'm losing my hair at an early age. And I'm at a midlife crisis, about to enter the best part of my life. When it comes, When it comes to myths about losing your hair, the one people hear all the time is, it's your mother's father because you get your X chromosome from your mom. Well, I'm a walking example that that is not true, because my mom's side, both of her brothers have a head full of hair. My grandpa had a head full of hair on my mom's side. But on my dad's side, my dad's bald, my grandpa was bald, my uncle's bald, and I'm bald. Go figure, right? So that myth, complete farce. The other one is that sometimes the sun will make you go bald. Not true again. Some people think when you have too much sun exposure to your head, your hair gets bleached blonde or whatnot. But from what I read, for you to lose your hair from being in the sun so much, you would have to go to the emergency room so many times due to severe sunburn. So that also not true. The other one that I heard all the time growing up was to take off your hat, you're going to lose your hair, you're going to lose your hair. Also not true. Yes, it has some damage to your follicles on your hair, but you would have to wear your hat so tight all the time, and who wants to do that, that it would cause your hair to fall out. The other one on there, raging testosterone, and this one makes me laugh because people think the guys who are out chopping wood all the time, wrestling alligators, participating in arm wrestling competitions, all of them are bald because their testosterone just cooks the hair off their head. In fact, it's been shown that a lot of men who are bald and men who aren't bald have the same levels of testosterone. When it comes to losing your hair, there is one thing that leads to it, and that's genetics, plain and simple. Specifically, there's something in men called dihydrotestosterone, which is a step up from normal testosterone. So that basically determines how you are going to look down the line when it comes to your head full of hair in the future. Other things that can help decrease that: sleep deprivation, if you're stressed, if you drink too much alcohol, too much physical activity, and alcohol consumption. So I just had to avoid all of those. But where was I going next? College, and we know that wasn't going to happen. So I did what any normal 18-year-old would do, was I got to it and I jumped into denial about it. Maybe. I started wearing hats all the time while using Rogaine. I grew out ugly sideburns, so in every situation you would see a photo of me, I would have my hat on, I would have sideburns, as you can see there, just completely in denial with the fact that I was losing my hair. But eventually, I got lazy with it, and as the results can tell, it started to shift back further, maybe, and even further. It got bad. I'll never forget, I was at a party one time and there was a situation going around, somebody saying, "Yeah, there's somebody's 35-year-old balding ginger uncle at the party." I'm like, wait a minute, they're talking about me. And I was this was when I was at a point where I was seriously contemplating, do I take it off or do I not take it off? So I had some conversations with my parents, and a good friend of mine, Pat, basically pulled me aside one day and he said, "You know what, you got to own it. You're losing your hair. Everybody else realizes that you're losing it. If you go bald one day, everybody will be cool with it." So I decided to own it, and ever since then, I've been keeping it shaved. Now with this current look that I have, I get people that tell me all the time, they're like, "I saw this guy that looked just like you. He had this big red beard, and he was bald." So the first thing that pops in my head is somebody that looks like this. You know? But more than likely, somebody looks like that. So now I'm faced with a dilemma, with this beard, I'm starting to catch a lot more grays in my beard, in my early 30s. So if I come in one day clean shaven, I own that too. Thank you.